Hi, my name is Shai Ritchie, and I did a manifesto about ableism in healthcare. Um, what kind of drew me to a manifesto is it felt like um, it kind of like drew to the thespian in me, just being able to write like this emotionally charged, super in-depth statement about what I believe in and what I fight for and what I care about. And so it was like really fun to work on this manifesto, and it was like interesting because I feel like ableism, unless it's something that is prevalent in your life, living with disability or knowing someone who has disability, it's not, it, of course, it's something that we all know is wrong and we all seek justice for. I feel like in the moment, like when we see ableism happening before our eyes, but I guess it doesn't really mean that it's something that consistently runs through our minds all the time. And it was interesting because when I began like thinking about the different avenues of ableism, especially in healthcare, I realized that I did have a lot of emotion behind it and I had a lot to say, and it is something that even politically speaking, I mean I did some research on the government policies in place in California, the state that I live in, that hinders disability, even in like religious practices and in like old buildings. And like I'm, born and raised in Los Angeles. Old buildings are literally everywhere. And sort of how I like fell into this project was I tried to talk about, well, let me start by saying that what inspired me, the manifesto, and how I wrote it and my voice for it was for La Raza. And La Raza is this old newspaper that used to run in the 60s and 70s, or 70s and 80s in Los Angeles, when there was a lot of police brutality against Chicanos and Latinos that were migrating to Los Angeles. And of course, it's something that's happening right now in my backyard. I live in San Diego now, so it's very prevalent here. But I remember going to this one museum in LA, the Autry, and they had like this whole exhibit on La Raza, and I remember these photos and the excerpts from the newspaper articles and the videos and the songs